Hey friends, welcome back to another really quick YouTube video. I wanted to share a photo that I edited in Lightroom earlier today. This is Piggy. So I found a photo that I think makes for a good case study, an example of how you can use these new local adjustments in Lightroom to really craft your image more intentionally by shaping the light and the atmosphere. So I'm gonna play the screen recording and explain what I'm doing over that. All right, let's kick things off with some good old perspective correction. I used the guided transform tool to straighten the vertical lines, which is crucial for architecture. I cropped vertically to work in a 4:5 aspect ratio. Step one was to balance out the sky exposure. To do this, I'm intersecting a linear gradient with a luminance range, which is useful for avoiding the foreground shadows and making a clean selection. Using that mask and other basic adjustments, I applied a base layer edit to increase the dynamic range, warmth, and contrast. In this image, I wanted to manipulate the light to have more drama. I did this by using a series of radial gradients. By pulling back the dehaze slider, I added a soft glow to the mask area. Reducing the clarity also sells the effect of glowing atmospheric fog in the distance. The goal here is to exaggerate the warm sunset light pouring through the clouds and hitting Petco Park Stadium. The process is experimental, dodging and burning areas of interest to guide the viewer's eye, pushing and pulling sliders to what suits my taste. I used linear masks to bring back a deep blue gradient in the sky for color contrast. A not so subtle vignette that I dialed way back. Can't forget your noise reduction and sharpening. In the color grading panel, I added just a touch of yellow-orange to the highlights. I enjoy playing with the calibration sliders to experiment with split-tone complementary colors, but I often end up keeping this very subtle. A few final tweaks and checks on local mask effects. The water reflection was too bright by comparison, so I made another two-part mask to adjust it manually. And one final attempt to try making this sunset look as natural and beautiful as possible. I'll agree that this style of processing can be a little extra and only appropriate in some situations. I thought this was an interesting example of how far you can really stretch one single raw file in Lightroom. All right, my friends, that'll do it for this really quick YouTube video. This was just a shallow dive into one method that I'll use in my photography editing process. It goes way deeper than this, so we're just scratching the surface. Let me know if it was helpful, if you enjoyed it, or if you have any other ideas or suggestions. I'll see you very shortly in the next video. Peace out.